We knew it was gonna come to this. We knew it was gonna. Jerry knew it was gonna come to this last night. We knew it was gonna come down to Inferno here. But the real question is, who's gonna walk away with a win here?
Oh, tough one to call, but I come back to that. Stay not a bad start. For the first, Jerry, he called it. Will be the first to fall.
Oh, Lau following it up more. Now things are looking really dang good. Initiative taken here by Zorte. At least we'll give them a chance to think about this post play. But the bomb down, 4 men up. It's looking dang good for Sprout. I mean, they've had some good pistol rounds in this series. We'll say that. Sort of creeping and a crawling his way around the corner. He's got Crad to play off of. Spots one in Boiler. Does he expect a tight angle? No, he does not. Get Glock burst fired down. I mean, Crowd has a smoke to save, I guess. Don't throw it. Don't throw it, Crowd. It's the only reason to stay alive. Don't throw the smoke.
He's keeping it. Now we're all good. Unless he drops it in towards Banana. Sprout, good start. I go back to your earlier question, right? How's it look in the half, you know, in the break, halftime, in the break in between maps? How does it look stats-wise in these two? So you look at kind of forZe definitely have more maps played. They have 8 more maps played, a slightly less win percentage, which, you know, initially would just generally, even though it's got a less win percentage, I'd lean in favor of forZe just because of just the reps under their belt. I think it's always a strong kind of thing to lean in favor. But then as well, the caliber of people that's Sprout been playing against, there's some fairly decent teams here. Liquid, K23, they've beat forZe already in the IEM Road to Rio in overtime. Some fairly decent teams, and they smacked around bait as well. So
I like how you said Liquid and K23 in the exact same breath, as if those were both equally impressive opponents. Thanks.
Oh, in my eyes.
Thanks for that one.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They're trying to kill chicken.
They're up there in the tier 2 space. Liquid, of course, fantastic team. Bait as well, brilliant, and they've beaten forZe already in kind of the recent few months.
Oh, refresh. Here's the opener. These second rounds have occasionally haunted Sprout. But no rotation here means that Crad will have the MP9 clip of a lifetime. Boost up and slip back towards the oranges. A resmoke. Lau will have to get idea where that came from, and this time there's a big old gap in said smoke. Uh-oh. Not exactly where you wanted that to land. And here they go. In towards the site. Crowd had to tuck back in the corner, but they know he's here. He's a dead man. Now StaehrH the one to do it. Imagine this is going to be a save for the remaining 3 players, as this round is all but over.
Yeah, no, it is. I think safe call be made. And this side as well, kind of talking about teams that they've played against within the last sort of few months. For forZe, unfortunately, the kind of the caliber of teams they're playing against isn't fantastic. I'd probably say the best team in the last sort of few months they played against, aside from Sprout, is Sangal yesterday. So, or the other day. So to be perfectly honest, it's that thing that does kind of scare me slightly about this map and forZe, especially being a new roster, new lineup, is that you have a 50% win rate with some pretty bad teams in the mix. Sugar might get a freebie. He will. Zyphon to fall. I don't think he'll find too much more after the fact, as an exit will trade. The Scout might get a pop shot on exit, but that's all it's going to be. 2 saved across. It's a Deagle and a Scout, but it's not great. Not a great start. Sprout looking good. 2-0. Money starting to build. Confidence starting to brew as well. Where for forZe, it's a little bit of a calm emotion over there for them. They don't really have too much to work with. That saved Deagle and Scout isn't really going to be all that more effective in towards the next round. It's just going to be a pretty low buy once again. So Sprout, great opportunity for them to extend the lead to 3 rounds and start to build up quite the notable gap just to kickstart their C side. Not a bad start with an A stack either.
Not at all. Not a bad stack at all. Lau, find himself an opener. Wanted to show a little bit of presence here towards B, and StaehrH is hearing this. Saying, please just jump a little too far. Oh, there's the swing. This may have been the bait to try and get him into the angle of the Scout, but this time, Scout not as effective as Arthur. We've seen some good rounds. This is not going to be one of them. Presumably that bomb's going to come towards A, since they've got A. And this should be another comfortable round for Sprout. Really nice start. They haven't had a lot of nice starts. This is one.
Oh, bomb will go down. And for Crad and Zorta, I think it's a similar fashion. They're looking to hunt, though. I actually quite like this as well, especially the MP9. They don't mind losing an MP9 to Galil. Hence why it's Stair and Refresh, having a look, send Stair, get some cash. Well, there's the first little bit. He'll be tagged down. Crad just a USPS for him. Will actually deliver on towards a kill. That's all he'll get. Consolation. And Sprout will see it off. 3-0. Good starts for the T side. For forZe, this is emphatic. Has to be a statement if they want to make this a not a rough start to this final map in this series. All good bets to eat on the title on Inferno, as the fable says. So far, Sprout were ready for the occasion. forZe not quite awake just yet. Full back coming out. No AWP, just the full rifles to work with. Slaxz is wielding the big green though, and he had a brilliant Ancient.
Grouping up for some brackets control here. It's being established. forZe are floating the fourth player. I'm thinking about it. Crowd is like, maybe? Maybe? No. No. Still a fair amount of utility on these A players, especially on Shelfie. But as some aggression starts to come in on Banana, this is going to get interesting. Jerry's tucked in towards the sandbags. Smoking a Molotov spent to give him a little bit of space. Maybe get Crad back into the angle. Crad wants to play off of his teammate a boost up over. If Crad comes a looking. Log's play could come a pushing, but instead it's Jerry. Spam through smoke and it's effective. All right, Slaxz down for the count. We've only got 40 seconds left on the board, so Sprout need to figure out what they're doing pretty quick here. It's not looking exactly grand. They're going to take this bomb towards A. They don't have a ton of information. They've got the utility to make it take work, but they're still just going to be headed in towards a pretty default setup that hasn't really been pressured. Trophy's ahead of these smokes. Oh, nearly finds the timing on that one. 17 seconds. They got to go. They need to go here, Neo. They're about to run out of this Glock. There's still a player in pit. Molotov to make him uncomfortable. Sticking around. He's a dead man, but Zorta taking first contact. Cavalry now here. Shelfie on the angle, and time. He lost this round. Zyphon, but at least he'll make it expensive.
Just about surviving as well. And thankfully to him, he'll survive after time. Sprout, the only thing they did wrong there was just the clock. The time management was so poor. You know, you execute onto a site with 11 seconds on the clock. Even if you find the kills, which they did, they don't have time for a bomb plan. I mean, it's really poorly played when you come down to kind of the fine margins there. Refresh has got to call out earlier. The idea around the mid-round, rotation, the call is actually right. It's the right call being made. You just got to do it. Even 5 seconds earlier, the round's there. They set up a post bounce and hey, different scenarios, but they were so rushed. They couldn't clear things properly. It cost them. Stairs and open things up. They line up, but it's Crad to find the first.
Double nade. Actually not really connecting very well on towards Slaxz. So they've rebuffed. Thought that a trade might be available there, but no. Instead, Sprout again going to test A, this time with a lot more time available. Or is it a fake? Is it all a ruse? A sham? Appears to be that way. Instead, again, it's going to be the Crad and Jerry show. Lesser known sister show to Tom and Jerry. It was the spin-off. They thought Tom might have been the issue. So they brought in his cousin Crad for a run.
I think it gets cast that one. I'll have to get up on Netflix. Have a little watch later. Recommend it?
It's a little more surreal, shall we say,
Quiet
in the initial
taste.
series. Yeah. Definitely an intriguing one. Do they expect Jerry in the corner? They just killed one. They don't. Drop. Jerry gets a dink as well. He's silenced, but his teammates will be on the angle. There is a smoke for the cross. A bomb plant might be available as a result, but Sugar is quickly making his way up on the flank, so this is going to be tough. He gets an upgrade as well. The AK and the immediate drop of the bomb planter. Zyphon at least gets those numbers punched in, but it's all going to be about Lau and Nax, and he can't connect a shot. So this one now builds in for forZe. They keep 3 alive. They keep the op. They manage to chain 2 rounds together, and you start to get a CT side together.
Yeah, and it's actually really good management over towards top banana as well. They just made that competitive when it kind of looked like it wasn't going to be. Even the MP9 finding a dink before falling, it buys time for that rotation to come through. And the rotation is what finds all the success. Crad, then play on S just peering above, and Sugar's rotation. Everything sort of worked out as it was planned to. Rotations were perfect. Flanks worked out really well, and they bought time when they needed to. 3 rounds to 2, and for Sprout, what started so well and so successfully has now led them to quite the pivotal round, so to say. Out of 6, 4 coming out, but it's not a really comfortable 4. StaehrH has only got a Deagle, refresh, Zyphon, 2 Galils for them. It's a great start for Loud X.
Jerry trying his luck. Actually did find a ton of damage on the refresh. But look at this position for Zyphon. Ah, there it is. Immediately capitalizes. Doesn't even wait a tick. Now pressure on forZe. And Zorta is good for the first. Can he chamber a second? I mean, great effort from Zorta. Gives his team a 2v2. Now with Krad's kill. The bomb will be planted. What a cheeky way to play that, Zyphon. A little bit exposed, but not an angle you would ever expect. And Jerry, blinded up, still catches the player jumping on a moto. So defuse on a recovery here for forZe. Sprout continuing to get these bomb plants means that they can maybe string this economy along. Have you ever seen that particular spot from Zyphon that he just brought out of the pit?
No.
Might be a new one to me.
Yeah, that's a new one to me as well. Let's take a look once again. I mean, not exactly something that I've seen work in that sort of fashion as well. Yeah, I mean, is it maybe the partnering with the smoke as well? Like, it's a kind of a... Yeah. It only works with one. Yeah, because obviously, you know, without the smoker, you're so exposed, right?
It's the only gap. It's the gap between the 2 smokes and the hay cart. It's a really smart idea. I think an opera as well. You have to be guaranteed to not get peeked from library. But I think an op there would be absolutely deadly if you somehow had full arch control still available.
Yeah, that's a really cool angle, actually. I've never seen that wielded like that. Crowd needs to be careful. Staehr, he is on the corner. He's lurking, waiting, and finding. Make that a 2-for-1 special. Lovely stuff. He's cracked open the B site like a walnut, and they've got a free plant and a post plant to come following suit.
That's got to be safe. It's got to be safe. Pull the ripcord for us. Get out of there. Don't want any forZe buys. I'll see if they can sustain it with this save. Zorta should be able to drop 1. Jerry might be on an SMG. Well, let's be real. Jerry likes him a bit of an SMG.
He does.
Let's see if these 3 guns can survive. Ooh, yes, for the moment. Goodbye, Zyphon. Oh, he lives. Chicken gets cooked. Or chicken. Don't run into fire. Come on now. I know chickens are not the brightest of birds, but I think they can figure that one out.
Save looking like it should be pretty successful. I mean, there's definitely a posturing for a hunt here, but it's very little commitment actually being made by Sprout. That they want to hunt, but they're not kind of. It's kind of they're just dipping the toes, but not really committing towards it. There we go. Wow. Again, kind of what we were saying. Sprout started so well for them, started to slip away, and then Staehr single-handedly wins them around. It's a brilliant flash as well, the supporting. Both players caught. Easy double off the back of the glue, and hey-ho. 4-3. For forZe, a little bit of a wake-up call. That B site, and top B in particular, a little bit weak in the sense that one flash, and that's 2 players' lives at jeopardy, and the entire site cracked open. Maybe spacing a slight issue there.
Time whittling down off this clock. Minute 20. The top banana controller now a great shot. Deletes Crad. Pressure on. Jerry trying to collect some back. Okay, Zyphon meanwhile elsewhere finds Sugar. Now there's just not too many bodies here for the defense. Jerry needs a hero play and he's not got it. He's not got it. Might be another situation where you need to try and save, but the op's already pretty committed. Can Zorta even get out of here? Better go before that crosswalk fades. And they re-smoke it. That's very kind. Very kind from Sprout. Take that gift.
Well, gets the freebie of being able to fall away somewhat safely. I think now, though, for Sprout, the call has to be a really strong, search party, right? They have to go looking for that AWP in particular. They kind of half-assed it a little bit towards the previous, only dipped the toes in. Now they're going to full send. There's the first. They've got to hunt ZorTa. They can't allow that AWP to keep ticking across, especially if they want to cause really long-term implications over towards that forZe side. This is a perfect way to do so. LowerNex knows. Got a great idea as well. Looking towards Library. I think he'll get this, in fact. As long as he pushes, ZorTa turns around, actually at the right time. He's with the barrel. But Lam's not going to commit to it again. If he committed, he gets that kill for free. No AWP saved, and that could be a different scenario. But in the grand scheme, it doesn't actually matter because Sprout have extended the lead to 2 rounds, back-to-back great rounds as well, over towards that B site, and already started to show to us and probably over towards forZe as well. There's a bit of weakness over there, a couple of gaps in their armor on that B site. A couple rounds ago, just one flash that time. Mechanical prowess did the job. For Sprout, they're more than happy just to keep pushing the agenda there. And actually, once again, taking the bomb over towards B. I think they want to just keep pushing this way forward with ZorTa. Nice shot.
That's a good way to give impact to your 1 AWP. They've been pressuring Banana again and again and again to go for a little cheeky boost up, and the Molotov to punish it is way too late. So now, ZorTa trying to bring this op around in time. He'll be here. Might need some more support. Right now, you just have Sugar and Graveyard. Just with an Uspis assist. Pressure on. Goodbye, Uspis. And ZorTa caught in transition. Some opportunity for the AUG, but that's it. And they're going to have to concede this round. It's already lost. They got a rifle, though. Jerry picking up another. So they could save these 2. That would be nice. Zyphon gonna hunt.
It's the right call, right? He may as well. I mean, of course, they'll have money to work with, but if he can collect a rifle on the way... Oh, he's been spotted. Never mind. I was going to say, if he can collect a rifle on the way out, it'd be lovely. All back. Oh, doesn't even need it. Zyphon. Nice step up for him as well. Oh, just find that last remaining pistol. For Jerry and Shalfie, I think... Well, for definite, Shalfie will be fine. Jerry is in a little bit of a precarious spot. He has a lot of information, but fortunately for him, he's got the flank, but he himself is being flanked. And Jerry can fall. If he keeps pushing, no, thankfully he doesn't. Been a mini-map watching, he'll be all right. 3-round lead built up. 3 rounds all that forZe have found, and they've been halted there. And what started so well, once again, great opening. ZorTa with the AWP. Making it work wonders, and he'll reinvest once further. Off the back of a drop from Shalfie. But they need to make these buys work. Because yes, they're investing in and they're finding some success, but it's not leading to rounds on the board. So Sprout are happy to take this economic damage, but still walk away with the lead growing bit by bit.
Freebie for your Sugar. And ZorTa's actually here as well, so if Zyphon wants to punish this setup. Flash for the reposition. Sugar's away from the upper. Little shadow boxing here, but the tag was enough to set up ZorTa with the USP kill, and this round's actually looking very good for forZe. ZorTa just avoids getting caught in transition again. Now Shalfie's going to be the big test, but the Opera looking for him. That AUG, not exactly the sizable scope you want in this situation. But he does have his big friend ZorTa with him. Oh, SlaxZ getting away with that. A wing shot. Just a clipper instead of the full kill. And SlaxZ, I think, thanking his lucky stars. Might still be under threat here. Shalfie wants to pressure. He's coming up the lane. Sugar on the angle. Fresh spotted. He's ready for it. Catch him. Shalfie can't get anything more. The bomb down. This was looking like such a good round for forZe, but it has come apart. And with a deep control in towards bedroom as well for SlaxZ. This rotation from Jerry may never even really get started, or he just kills SlaxZ. Back on. They have time down, Neo? They don't have kits.
They don't want to do it, no.
Bummer.
Also, it's too risky, right? I mean, that's the other thing. I think for Sprout, if it was the other way around, and it was kind of the economic situation that Sprout have, but in forZe's hands, they give it a go. But I don't think it's worth it for Crad. He knows that if he finds a kill but gets traded, even if they win the round, they can't invest back into the AWP unless it gets picked up on the way out. So it's because of that brutal kind of divide internally, right? Of like, how do we play this? If we go for this and we win it, it's fantastic, but it will still struggle anyway. And thankfully for Jerry, he does find himself a kill. So he's causing some problems in terms of the economy, but with Sprout, it's not really going to be an issue. Zyphon has like 11k to work, or low on Ecta, in fact, actually has 11k to work with before this buy. And you know, across the board, they are absolutely swimming in the dollars. So not a problem. Yeah, similarly towards forZe, the fortunate thing for them is that they've got loss bonus to work with. The kills are giving them some buy money, but it's still so consistently in this brutal cycle. It's full buy-in, failure to convert, kind of back to Ligo, rinse and repeat, where they can never build confidence and never build stability. So they're sort of cautious to try things when normally they'd be so confident.
Oh, a couple nice kills coming through here, but StaehrH again. He just clears out B. The bomb's been lost, though. The bomb's been lost. Slaxz is tucked into the corner. The nade's got him. He can't get away from this. Goodbye, Slaxz. You're done for. It's all gonna be StaehrH. He has to do everything, and he nearly does. This guy, this Danish demon in StaehrH, they just cannot keep him contained. This time, forZe managed to get the last laugh, but my God, he is such a relentless machine of a fragger.
And so consistent as well, right? I mean, this has been the entire series. It's been the StaehrH show. I mean, of course, Ancient was just all him. T-side, he was the damning factor. I mean, thankfully for forZe, we're seeing a success, right? While it may be potentially a flash in the pan, it's better than nothing, but StaehrH is just such an issue. 11-6, and with 11 rounds played, it's pretty good consistency. And who is it to step up? Of course, none other. The Danish demon of StaehrH, the youngster as well. What a career he's got ahead of him.
He's only 18.
I know.
18. He's this good.
Same with Lounge and Zyphon. Scary, the future these guys have got ahead of them. And this squad, right? They're so young.
Actually wild.
They're veteran. Their IGL reflex is what, 23, 24?
Something
He's
like
not
that.
old.
Yeah. I think Slaxz is actually the old man on the roster at 26, 25, 26, something like that. Let's see. Slaxz is only 24. Never mind, I was overestimating it. They are
What a team.
such a good team.
Scarily
Genuinely
good.
such a bright future. This squad could be together for a while. Whoa. Whoa. Zyphon spotted one. The last man. And he's run down. Sprout with 8 doubling up their opponent's scoreline, looking so very strong here on the attacking half of Inferno. And the money, again, a shambles for forZe. They're gonna have to take the eco here. You just don't have that many options. Looks like a nade stack might be coming through. I do love that for an eco round, but not gonna have much behind it.
No, not at all. God, just going back to our point.
Nades.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I like that.
Sorts is not about having fun.
It's just not for it. Saving money for the AWP, right? I guess I can give him that. Where the nades gonna be used though? Down towards banana, yeah.
Little early.
To no avail at all. Not even a single point of damage. Which go back to the point earlier about Sprout as well. They're one of those sides that I really respect because they actually figured out what was the issues going on wrong with their roster. You know, what was it that previous iteration where it was like Speedy and Favon, and I think that Marix for a while as well, right? They realized it kind of seemed it was dead in the water, right? There was just no life behind the eyes, and they took risks, but really calculated risks on youngsters who have impressed in the international circuits, and it's paid off. And you're spot on, right? They could be together for a long old time, and they continue at this sort of success rate.
All right, Jerry, P250 clip. You got one of the 2 sets of armor. Just a little heavier into this. I'm gonna show us why. Well, he's rebuffed them in towards the stack, actually. Sprout are giving this up. This is interesting. 30 seconds. There's a world where this goes wrong. It's gonna take some lucky breaks for forZe, but not impossible. Oh, there's the spot. 25 seconds. Okay, refresh. Methodical. Well thought out on this. Does he realize there's another USP here? Shelfie's got a kill. 15 seconds. Uh-oh. Zorta out of the smoke. That's the bomb. 14 seconds. There's still a player in the balcony and a player tucked on site. 10, 9, 8.
Oh, no.
They don't know. 5, 4. Just in the nick of time. Half of a second to spare, and Sprout avoid disaster.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, talk about cutting it fine. Lads, against that sort of buy as well, that should be such an easy cleanup. Zorta as well, that one kill nearly caused a world of pain and problems. And that could have been a similar thing that we saw a couple of times already in the earlier stages, right? Where fine margins and cutting the clock down just leads a round in favor. 9, though, collected for Sprout. It's pretty formidable. And a T side of Inferno. I mean, to be fair, this is the only map, in fact, in the active pool, of course, including Anubis and Dust 2 in this debate, where you can say, you know, where you actually can't use a thing of, oh, it's CT or T sided, because this is the most even map. Of course, statistically speaking, of the last, I think it's the last cycle, last year, or however it was measured, 50.2% CT sided Inferno. So pretty much as even as it gets, right? So this is one of the few you can't really make that sort of judgment call. I mean, the eye test seems sort of different. A lot of people, of course, just generally lean in favor of the CT, but Sprout looking really good right now. And I think this comes back to the caliber of opponents they've played in the last few months in comparison to forZe, who, while they've played more times, nowhere near the same level of opponents.
Stare. Oh, you monster! You absolute criminal for that one. Just walks through the smoke, catches a freebie. Poor Jerry. Left reeling. How could you expect this kind of brutality coming through from StaehrH? This guy is having an unreal series here. Trying to threaten again. This is a good setup, though. Double hold. The offline one. Not the second. Zyphon able to punish very effectively. Another young player who's been having a monstrous day in the last two. Really impactful play coming through. That's what you like to see if you're Sprout, as you try and tack on a 10th round. Completely isolated CT defenders. It's Shelfie or Crad. We're going to have a hero? Or is it going to be another 0 for forZe? Shelfie won. Probably not enough here, but he does at least ask a question that Crad unfortunately cannot answer. 10 rounds on the board. T-side of Inferno. This is strength shown by Sprout.
And look as well, just generally, I know StaehrH's putting away in terms of the disparity of kills, but just generally, the kills over towards that T side, it's so heavily weighted. Where you look at the heavy hitters, your Shelfies, for example, but even your Jerrys, you call upon your IGL at times to step up to the plate, and it's just not been the case. One-sided is the metric to use in this case. Heading into the 15th final. We've got a 10-5 half in towards the previous. This one will be even more damning. What a nade to come through as well. Crad on 52.
A little bit of time injected into this one. Some deep banana setup here for forZe. There's so much utility on the other side that they're going to be at risk once these smokes fade. Oh, and they'll just try and take it a step further. Crad. Maybe a step too far. A flower pot rolling around looks like his head. It's chicken, actually. Never mind. Barbecue chicken now. Jerry does at least get one before being traded. Ooh. Timing works out in favor of Zorta, so the A-site defense is good, at least for the moment. But they've also rotated Shelfie off the site at the wrong moment. And that kill from Zyphon will absolutely sell that they need to stick on towards A. So, Sprout, congratulations. You win a new B-site!
For free. They're happy to take it. And for Zyphon as well, actually for him, he can just lurk in towards bottom banana and get all that security. Bomb will go down. If he wants refresh, can even push rapid in towards church and just play a little bit aggro. I think you can kind of see Sprout, they're so nervous, but in a way for no reason. I think even they themselves are slightly surprised at for free how much they've got. The Shelfie's so aware of the possibility of a lurk, but he's not being given it. Back turn, Zyphon needs to turn around and be cautious, be wary of this. Surely we hear the sound cues now. And he's back, swinging in, finding the first, finding the second as well. Zyphon, what a way to end out the half. 11-4. Mike, damn, that is a seriously one-sided performance, and credit to Sprout.
Major credit to Sprout. The big thing you have to look at is Zyphon and StaehrH are sort of the two boundary players, right? StaehrH playing towards Banana, Zyphon often in the apartment. And when your two boundary players are having this kind of success, it's just nothing a defense can do. So great showing from Sprout. We'll see if they can seal the deal after this half.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
A pistol round and one that's much needed for forZe. They need to get started here well on the T side. Sprout, every advantage in the book.
Yeah.
And a very confident four-man stack here on B. That is quite the judgment call early.
It might actually work. The bomb is making its way there. No one's showing presence, so they could kind of lure forZe in kind of a false sense of security here.
think if forZe takes anything away from this series, it might be that they might need to mix up their pistol rounds.
Agreed.
Might be time to run in a few different looks. This is, again, part of just not having had a lot of time for install, right? If you're trying to just rapidly get a map together with 5, you're like, all right, here is our pistol. This is what we run. We're going to run it. You don't necessarily have 2 or 3 options there. Pressure on towards the pit. They've actually made the right adjustment, the right call, and now there's only one player here. But Lau, well, he will get one. Only one, and coming through the smoke will prove deadly for Refresh. That bomb's going down. Nothing that can be done about that. They'll have to wait for the smoke to fade to mount this retake. Zyphon will try and get a start on that. He'll boost over the smoke, but it's not going to happen. And now they've been rumbled.
Well, this one seems pretty dead in the water to me. OP coming through. Slaxz. I mean, it's a lot of reliance on him to find spots the first. In fact, giving the head though. Tapping away. Krad will keep him trained in, so he walks into the crosshair resorter. I think this one's called it. StaehrH, keep on to what you got. Half armor, a smoke means he doesn't need to reinvest too much. Fortunately, Zyphon does take damage, so he will have to full buy armor if he wants to head to work with forZe. A much needed pistol round. I was already getting to the point of being very concerned. Zyphon, good night. He'll fall. Thankfully, StaehrH will tuck. It's a good round, though. Really good call. Big credit to the likes of Launex for even finding a kill there. He had 5 players running over, full blind as well. What initially looked like a good call, what Sprout should have done is actually shown some presence. So they weren't kind of overly cautious and rotating away. If they'd shown presence and maybe got a kill, they might have still full rushed in towards that site. In a 5 versus 3, it's still doable. Well, what's a beat? Full bite out both ways. Mag 7 for StaehrH. Now, we've praised him a lot. Can he do it with the shotgun?
Yeah. Mag half wall. Great strat. And that's exactly why. The meat shot. Yeah, he's dropped, but a 1-for-1 trade ain't bad there. And they didn't know there was a player log. So, well done from StaehrH. Give it to him on that one. $900 in the bank as well. Basically pays for the gun. Not quite. You know, it's close. That's close. That's close. Certainly justifies it. Still, forZe with the immediate trade. Not too worried just yet. Although, you remember what can happen with Refresh and a Farmer, so you remember Overpass.
Yeah.
Gotta be a little nervous. Helps when you pick the right site, and it's just gonna be Zyphon. About to get run down. Smoke's on. They're wrapping. They're taking this space. Zyphon has at least a foothold to defend from.
Ooh.
And he'll collect as a result. Nicely played from Zyphon around the box. Bomb is going down, though. And a retake, not exactly an appetizing prospect without a kit. Or without great weaponry.
I feel like the exit call is probably the best one here, right?
Yeah.
Especially keeping that
right now.
FAMAS. Go on.
Lau, coward for taking the Mag 10 instead of the Mag 7. He had his choice.
He did.
We know which side he's chosen now, folks. The wrong
StaehrH
one.
shot.
Wrong side
That
of
is,
history.
it's a beaut. That is a beautiful shot, I've got to say. Do they get anything? I think also need to be careful not to kind of take too much damage off the bomb itself, or any for that matter. But actually, hang on a second though. In this position, oh, this is great. Oh, what a way to play exits. Will Krad take a survive? Yes, just. But to be fair, that is not too bad at all. Like,
No, I am the armor. I mean, once you get the 2 kills, right? That's a lot. Pretty happy there. It's $1,200 made for Lau. Well, no, he just commits into the fight. Why not? At $1,200 to buy him armor and a deagle here.
Yeah. Well, it's the unfortunate thing about the CT economy. If you can't get it built early doors, you are gonna struggle for a little bit. And of course, this is what we're seeing now for Sprout. Is kind of the second part of the eco, I guess, where a couple upgrades, nothing too heavy of an investment, no FAMAS or whatnot. So, kind of feels like a bit of a throwaway round once again. They make it expensive though, and that's the thing that kind of makes me think that there's justification and positive notes behind it. Right? Only 1 AK being saved across is pretty good. forZe are burning a lot of cash. Sprout here, if they can pick up a kill too, they'll be happy.
All right, Zyphon. Been pretty good at getting one kill out of these kind of positions. This would take something special. Down by the hay cart, slipping in towards mini pit. On that smoke fade, might have some opportunities. Ah, and he got one. He's got his.
No.
Second as well. Bomb drop. Things starting to get a little interesting. Crowd saying no. Still, man, Zyphon has bled off so many kills as the solo A player. I can't wait to see what he's going to do with an actual gun in his hands.
Yeah, he impresses me, Zyphon, continuously. I mean, of course, we've been singing and screaming the praises of StaehrH, but Zyphon's been pulling away, right? 20 and 9. Not too bad. Crad, tucked, holding. Is he going to be cleared? No, he's not. Slaxz will fall. They could zone in on that AK, though. Try and make it a little bit more expensive and allow an X to do exactly that. Looking for seconds, won't quite find it. Many AKs be saved into the wrong hands. I think the answer's going to be no refresh on the site. No one here as well. Unfortunately, good idea. The bomb will see him off. 7 rounds on the board for forZe, but that is only 2 people remaining alive. Very expensive once again with a very minimal investment in Zyphon. These opening 2. Sumptuous, beautiful. Like you said, I'm interested to see how these guys lock down the fort when they got the full buys to work with. They've been, you know, in a much lesser firepower in the last 2 rounds. There's been 4 and 3 casualties apiece. That's pretty decent with just pistols.
And because you've done so much damage, you're now in a situation where look at the eco for forZe. Without a bomb plant here, no buy in the next if they can't win their own. But we'll see. That's a big hypothetical. It's one they don't have to answer to if they don't lose. Just win. It's that simple, folks. Why doesn't everyone just employ that strat?
Exactly.
Just simply win.
Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. Just win.
This time we're getting aggression down Banana, though. This is the difference. Sprout are emboldened by having guns, by having utility, and StaehrH. Wow, talk about a boundary pusher. He's got a flank, and that's the bomb. That's the bomb! Now the timing of the push from lane. Oh, uh-oh. Slaxz winds it. Zyphon still in the mini pit. We know how good he's been in this position. He knows he just needs to buy time, though. It's less about the frags here. It's more about keeping them from being comfortable going down lane. And, well, Zyphon dealt with means that forZe can start to address this. Slaxz is a bit uncomfortable. He's pressured. Sugar will punish. Shalfie following it up. And the recovery is on here. Still a chance of the defense. Still the threat. These players being sectioned up, and StaehrH works his way into the advance room. Sugar's looking for it. Not quite ready. A little too hot to handle. And once again, this is leaning the way of Sprout. Shalfie 2 kills already. Needs the 4-piece. 35 seconds. He's got some time to wait. He'll spot out StaehrH, but at the cost of a dink back the other way. Smoke up, cover. 30 seconds. Paranoia setting in here for Shalfie. Expecting to play Komodo, and he is going to, it seems, but refresh slow to it. Offsets the tempo, and with them both repositioning, this is buying so much time. Shalfie expects them close at hand. Instead, they're at long range. It's a great reposition from StaehrH. It's not going to catch the kill, but he has bought the time. The round's his.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, even if you picked the bomb and he went towards A, who's there? Refresh. Holding, waiting. He never would have won that round. There's just no chance of it. It's such a good play. And I think, actually, a lot of credit has to be given to Refresh in terms of that call. Finds a great, really impactful kill with the numbers in their favor. But the most important thing is how he calls around that. Sends StaehrH packing deep down mid, just to park up in Mexico and make sure that bomb can't be collected. And even if it is collected, in a worst case scenario, Refresh tucked into a corner on site, the bomb would never go down. It's a perfect play. And that's how you kind of manage a situation with the clock ticking and use time as sort of your best friend and your opponent's sort of worst enemy. Really well played. Sprout back in control, 5-round lead, the buffer built up. And like we said, right, because Sprout will be making it expensive on their low buys when they got full buys and they win them. Look how the economy takes a hit over towards forZe. You see, triple AK, yeah, fantastic. Utility, slightly limited, especially in the hands of Sugar. And then it's just 2 pistols to work with. For forZe, this is a, you know, go big or go home sort of a situation for them. If they lose this, Sprout can get this total to 14 before a proper response.
SlaxZ finds first contact. Smoke going to go down here. There's very little utility for forZe to work with, so these slower paced rounds could not be so appetizing a prospect. SlaxZ with the reposition doesn't have the op, so he can't quite play it as aggressively as he would like. 30 players here towards A. It's a pretty good setup. If they can kill SlaxZ, you've got the option to split B. That could put a lot of pressure on these B players. SlaxZ. Oh, he's testing it. He's baiting it. He's forced off of it now. I mean, they've got this grounded first and further in towards site. They've got some control towards CT. This could be really bad for the B players.
Yeah.
But they're going to try and do the opposite. They're going to try and take some control towards A. And maybe force the rotation into Shalfie? No. Okay. Now they're going for the B split.
Look at the time. I mean, the time is really ticking once again. 2 players here. Oh, next to MP9. If he tucks it off, he might be able to do it alone. Flash will come through, but StaehrH back turn. 15 seconds. They have to get to the side and get that bomb down, and X is still tucked in the corner. Still trying to buy some time, but unfortunately he can't. Bomb will go down.
This
now
is a safe
potentially,
call.
yeah, I think it's going to be. Safe call made early doors. They want nothing to do with it. That's a really winnable round for Sprout, and they just can't get control of the map.
SlaxZ just forced off.
Yeah.
It really does come down to it. I mean, I know he does a good job of not dropping there, but because he gives up the space, they lose so much information. They turtle up in towards A, and they can't help out their B-side defenders. It also helps when you run out with a Tech 9 and get a kill on the Coffins player, so shoutouts to Crad for that one. Makes life a lot easier. But the positional take, the real estate control that they found towards Arch, that's so huge.
Well, now things, I mean, they shake up a little bit, I gotta say, because that looked like for Sprout was saying, okay, if they take this, then in my eyes, more or less, they've seen it off, right? They can pretty comfortably make the way towards 14 before there's a contest, and I think 4 start to slowly slip away, but hey, now there's still a fight. There's still a world in which they can make this work, especially considering that for Sprout, they themselves, the weaponry and firepower they're bringing into round number 21 isn't exactly a beautiful scene. A scout, while SlaxZ is good with it, not exactly the dream buy in the MP9. It's impactful at times. We'd want to see StaehrH on a rifle because we know what we can do with it. Pop shots coming through. SlaxZ will fall back off the angle.
StaehrH! I was actually allowing the axe to get the kill. StaehrH with the push, and early advantage here is a nice find. SlaxZ follows it up. The scout now deadly. He's got a scope. He feels confident taking these fights again. Not going to be bullied off of his angle this time. Ah, was a little late. A little bit of a nade fumble there, Refresh. That's why you have a specific smoke bind. Oh, but it doesn't matter. What SlaxZ is hitting? Oh, 3 headshots from the same angle. This scout has just destroyed any hope forZe had in this round.
My gosh, that is bonkers. That is seriously, seriously good. Just as I questioned it as well. That's the bit that you hate to see. I was like, oh, I thought, you know, the dream buy. Well, apparently in SlaxZ's hands it is. 3 kills while he individually been a little bit on the quiet side. Doesn't matter. He stepped up when he needed to most. And now, well, of course, with Jerry, there's no other option. It just has to be keep this rifle ticking over. If he can find some damage or kill just to make it problematic the other way, that'd be nice. But he needs to just prioritize making sure that the AK goes over into the next, no problems. And yeah, that'll be the case. So go over towards kitchen, park up, cook something nice, and wait for this all to blow over. Heading into round number 22.
What do you think Jerry would make in the kitchen?
What would Jerry make in the kitchen? Is Jerry a chef in your eyes or not? Or do you think he's a kind of a quick, you know, pasta guy? You know, just pasta, pesto, nice and easy.
Chef vibes from Jerry, but I could be wrong. I think he's too busy coming up with harebrained Counter-Strike schemes.
I agree. He's got better things to be doing than, you know, cooking up gourmet. So,
could be wrong though. He's a man of many talents.
It's true. I can see SlaxZ being quite a good chef. Just
SlaxZ.
by the eye test, I can see him being a
just looking at him.
Little bit gourmet. You got something on the sleeve.
I do know, I have it on good authority from Maui, who is a connoisseur of many things, that SlaxZ gave him a lot of good recommendations when he was headed to Berlin. So, you know, if SlaxZ has that kind of joie de vivre, maybe he's food conscious as well. Maybe he's cooking up the storm.
The eye test never fails. Never fails.
Never fails. I mean, it is a couple logical leaps, but you know, hey, of anyone on the team, I feel like he might have better odds.
Exactly.
Because the rest of his teammates probably don't know how to cook an egg yet.
Yeah, haven't quite got to that stage yet of learning anything past toast, eggs, or maybe not even eggs. Who knows? I mean, it's an easy thing which people can mess up. So 15 rounds is beckoning.
If you don't know how to cook an egg, my advice to you is you don't need to cook it as long as you think you do.
Agreed. Sunny side up is always the way forward.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Nice exchange here, keeping it relatively straightforward. Oh, off the lane they go, but Zyphon on the scene, only one. Now this is open, and well, with still a threat towards top banana, they are posing some questions here. This bomb's down, smokes out, but SlaxZ is dead in space, and he was well rewarded for it. Teammate with him as well. This is a great fight. And they know that the other was rotating back in. Sprout's position is red, and he is deleted. 2 big kills for Lau, and that's a defuse on Sprout. They're now just a stone's throw away from closing this series.
That's it. Getting close. Getting very close. 15 is beckoning, and the reason why I mention that is because, look, of course, where we are now. The buy, minimal, Jerry. I honestly think a pause sooner rather than later is the good call. He needs to be careful not to let this slip too far away where there's no chance. I think attack maybe in towards the next is right call, but Zort is full bought. This is a risk that I personally would avoid. They've gone for a hero AK. In the hands of arguably their best player today, granted that is Zorta. Now it's dealt. Oh, sugar, that's a corker. That's a brilliant shot. SlaxZ, unfortunate.
Absolutely obscene. They'll dispose of the op. Get on out of there. Don't know if one of his teammates wants to pick it up. StaehrH! Oh, dodging the Crad tech. Crad trying to get away with one another there. So not so much success. Another one rather than one another. Brain did the flipsy doodle.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Little flipsy doodle. forZe, you'd imagine, are hoping for a flipsy doodle here, because otherwise things go to expectation. It's looking like series point for Sprout.
It is feeling like that, I can't lie. Starting to lean in that favor. Now next has to step up, and that is a beaut. No way is this the round that forZe take.
Here's the taps, here's the swing, refresh, the spray down, and he makes good with the third as well. The AD defense holds. And Sprout now get 7 opportunities to close this series out. With the way they've been playing, I'm not sure they need more than 1.
No, not at all. I think there's a little bit of a bead of sweat wiped off the forehead there, because it was getting a little bit nervy, especially in my books when they lost that brackets control. I was thinking, hey, I mean, they can wrap there, but not to be. 15-8, and while we both respect Jerry to such a high regard, and Zort has been phenomenal, but this just seems like a step too far. Nade will come through. Jerry takes the initial brunt of the damage. Molotov trying to replicate the banana control, but refresh. What a push for the first. Can't quite make it a second, but they're losing control and they're losing the round. Mike, I think this is it.
It's looking like it. Crowd gonna try some heroics, but he can't quite catch the players. The flash fades. And there's already a push down mid. StaehrH. What? That's not okay, StaehrH.
Okay.
That's not okay. Just collect Zorta through the smoke. Now the bomb down. Now just Crowd remaining, and he's done for. Comfortable, clean, everything that was Sprout's CT side shows up in that last round. They're in full control the whole way down here, Neil. We'll take a break. When we're back, we're going to break down this matchup, talk about Sprout moving on.